The delegation, comprising the Prime Minister, Honorable Alan Chasney, the Agriculture Minister, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Amanda-Faye Clarke, the Manager of the National Fair Trade Organization, Mr. Stephen Best, and the Coordinator of the Banana Productivity Improvement Project, Mr. Kurt Severin, led what they now report was a very successful trade mission where they were able to not only reinforce strategic relationships with key stakeholders in the retail industry, but also capture the interest of new markets, namely the French market. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Amanda-Faye Clarke, says, quite apart from receiving positive feedback from the French representatives and the London-based supermarket chains such as Waitrose and Sainsbury, he is elated that Saint Lucia bananas will now be exported to this new territory.
What we wanted to achieve during that mission was to get the context and the constraints and challenges faced by those stakeholders on receipt of our bananas, and to as well give some idea of what the Saint Lucian context is, what our farmers have to deal with on ground, and what we do to produce quality bananas.
Mr. Felici adds that the recent action plan for banana export does include provisions for branding, a key element to ensure the sustainable presence of our banana in these new territories.
We had a very successful mission. We were able to get the commitment of the French to receive some of our bananas. In fact, we have a trial shipment going on now, and we have some sort of commitment from Waitrose in terms of branding, assisting in the branding of our bananas. So all in all, we had a very successful mission.
Manager of the National Fair Trade Organization, Stephen Best, says this is a huge gain for all farming constituents because under these new arrangements, an avenue has opened up to allow export of other crops.
Possibility of exporting more fruits, because with the focus of the government in terms of productivity and expanding production, there is definitely a need to have the outlet. So this mission to the UK provided us this opportunity to interface with the key players in the market, to deepen the collaborative process and see how this can redound to the benefit of our farmers, in terms of not only producing the fruits, but being able to market in accord with the dictates of the market in terms of quality and specifications and things of that nature. So certainly the mission is returning to Saint Lucia with good news.
Meanwhile, the first trial shipment of bananas to the French market was completed this week. Honorable Ezekiel Joseph explains that while his government is committed to ensuring wider market access to our farmers, it is contingent on the farmers themselves to do what is necessary to keep their production levels consistent and at a standard which is competitive.
As a government and as institutions, we have the responsibility to provide that type of support, and we have been engaging Winfresh as to what are the possibilities, and that's why we felt it was important to go up to the UK to at least interact as a government under the leadership of the Prime Minister as a government, and that's giving a clear indication as to the interest of the government.
The presence of Saint Lucian bananas on the French market is an indication of the opportunities which lay ahead in the Agriculture Ministry's mission to restore and augment the banana economy. 1,000 boxes of bananas will be exported weekly over the next 3 weeks. Once these trial shipments have been completed and accepted, it is agreed that 3,000 boxes of bananas will be shipped weekly to the French market. From the Information Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Amanda-Faye Clarke reporting.